everyone, and welcome to Photoplay's YouTube channel, and welcome back to Tuesdays with Tina. I have a fun project to share with you today. We are using a Say It with Stamps die set. This is the Laughter die set. I love that there's two large laugh and laughter sentiments, but there's also a shadow to go with it. Today we're just going to be using the word laugh. And to go with this, we're going to be using the Laugh and Laughter stamp set. I love that there's sentiments that can go before laughter or after laughter. Just can, like for example, laugh a little louder would be so cute on a card. Or the shortest distance between two peoples is laughter. How cute is that? I love that there's a lot of greetings. And I also love that Say It with Stamps typically has a little image like a heart or something to go with the greetings. This one has a smiley face, so we're going to be using this on our card today. These are actually going to be our focal point. And I thought we'd stamp the inside of our card with a coordinating laughter inside out stamp set. This is a great stamp set for the inside of our cards, which usually we don't pay attention to. But today we are going to stamp and add an inside greeting with this. All things laughter are in here. When we do our die cutting, we're going to need some colored cardstock, and I just love the colors of the Birthday Sparkle My Colors Variety cardstock. This is Rose Chintz, Limelight, Coral Rose, and Pale Aqua. I love that these 12 by 12 packs have different varieties of cardstock in them. So some of them are smooth, some of them are a different weight, and also some of them have a little bit of texture to them. So that comes great when you're making a die with the focal point. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out papers. Actually, I don't have to pick them out. I'm going to trim them out because we're going to use all 4 of them on our card today. I'll be right back. I trimmed down my colored cardstock, and for the most part they're all solid with the exception of this real pretty pink one. This has a little bit of a woven pattern to it, and I just love that. Okay, we're not using the shadow to our laugh today. We're just going to die cut out laugh 4 times with each of these colors. But before we do that, I wanted to create like a circle background on my card today. So I'm bringing in a circle punch. If you have a circle die set, you could use that, but this is a 1-inch punch. Okay, I'm going to punch out a circle with each one of these colors. And again, these are 1-inch circles. We're going to punch out some smaller circles just to have a little playfulness to our card today with these fun, bright, summery colors. Okay, so those are our circles. Now I'm going to take my die and I'm going to die cut out laugh 4 times with each of these colors. I'll be right back. All of my laughs are die cut out, and what I did was brought in a piece of foam, white foam, and just for a little added dimension, I'm going to layer each one of my colored cardstocks on this foam. If you have thin foam strips, you could do the same thing, but I think this is just a lot easier with one swipe. And I did that to all of my laughs. One more thing that we're going to do is bring in some inks, and I want to add a little bit of color to the very bottom of each one of these. Starting with my turquoise ink, I'm just going to, even though there's foam, you could do this before you put the foam or after. I think either way, it doesn't matter. It works out great. But I'm just going to do a little shading with my ink on the very bottom, kind of fade up, just to make it maybe about the halfway mark, just so it stands out. Let me show. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing to my circles, but I'm just going to go on one side of the circles. Okay. And those are good to go. We're going to use our next color. And you know, I said that this pink was the only one with a little bit of texture. The green has a really light, like a linen texture. So we do have 2 different textures on our cardstock. And that's all there is to this. Now I'm going to stamp my happy face that's in our stamp set. I'm just going to use my black ink for this. And I'm going to stamp this 4 times on some white cardstock. I think I may have gotten too close to the edge on a few of these, so I stamped a couple extra. Now I'm going to take that circle punch that we used here. It's a 3/4 inch circle punch. And I'm going to go ahead and punch out some happy faces. Just making sure it's centered. We'll punch these out. I'm going to add a little glue behind each one of my happy faces. And then we're going to place them on the larger 1-inch circles. And our happy faces are all set. Now I'm going to bring in my card base. Before we finish the front of the card, I want to do the inside of the card. I'm going to bring in my stamp set. I'm going to take the greeting that says Laugh. I'm going to bring in my stamping positioner. I'm going to add my card base. And I'm going to be using a light pink ink. Okay, I want to be able to see behind this, so the lighter the color, the better. But you could use any colors that we're using today. A light green would look really nice also. I'm going to stamp Laugh on the inside of my card. And then I'm going to take my inside out greetings. And I want to use the greeting that says a good laugh heals a lot of hurts. I want to make this an encouraging card. I'm going to take this and I'm going to place this right in the center of my greeting. And then using my black ink, we're going to stamp this. We'll stamp this right in the middle. And that's the inside of our card. Now that the inside of my card base is done, I'm going to go ahead and take a rectangle panel that I die cut out using one of my stitch dies. I wanted some extra detail on my card, so I thought something that has some stitch detail would work out perfectly. I'm going to use my tape runner and go ahead and adhere this to the center of my card. Once we have this tacked down, now we're going to add our laugh. We just got to figure out what colors and what order we want. And I'm liking this color order. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my glue, and we're going to tack all of these down. Since I'm using glue, I have a little bit of wiggle room, and that's where I'm going to bring in these smaller circles. I'm going to do a little tucking with them underneath these letters. So I'm going to add some glue. I just want to make sure when I add these that I'm not adding them to the same color of Laugh. Now before we add our happy faces, I'm going to stamp my greeting to go on the front. So I'm going to bring back my stamp set, and I'm going to stamp the greetings that say Out Loud, and I'm just going to use that same cardstock we used for our happy faces. I'm going to stamp Out Loud, and then I'm going to stamp Take Time To. Wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and use my paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim these out. Now I'm going to go ahead and take our greetings. I'm just going to use tape for this, and I'm going to add them to my card. I'm also going to use my tape runner for my happy faces. And then, just to make them a little playful, I'm going to bring in some googly eyes. Using my glue, we're going to add dots to our happy face. And we can add some Google eyes, making this extra playful. So you give it a little good shake, and I'm sure this will make anybody laugh or smile. That will finish off my card project for today. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.